Okay, so back to science. This one is not particularly interesting, I think. It's a blood. Um, um, it's not particularly interesting. It's a new blood sample that I took with larger quantity than the one that I took before, and I couldn't find any Nero here in this sample. So it means that either just bad luck, or they do not exist in my blood, which is peculiar, I think, because I would imagine that we should have found some in my blood, but maybe not. My intuition is inclined towards the possibility that they do exist. The theory that they do exist in my blood, but we couldn't find any until now, not in this sample and not in the previous blood sample. And although I don't remember finding something like that in the blood sample that I took like approximately 2 years ago when I started, when I bought the microscope and the equipment. Just fear not, we have many other samples that I prepared tonight. 5 new biomonsters, which is great. I had a lovely ant, like Nemala ant, but I couldn't. She lost. Somehow I lost it. It's only one leg that creepy. But now I have only one leg. But I prepared a sample from the leg and like a ton of semen, and the other flies. I couldn't find a spider, as I already told you. But maybe tomorrow I will be luckier. All of them, all of the biomonsters, and are already in another sample which I took from. We have a worm and like a fly and you will see them very soon. Anyway, they are all in the freezer, and I will take videos of them of it just right after I take each sample out of the freezer. What I will also do, in a short while, I will get back to the first 2 biomonster, even though it's a lot of time down that they are out of the freezer and they were exposed a little bit to air, so maybe they will not see any more activity, like the interesting activity that we already saw in the past. But I don't know. Let's take a look just in a while. Let's stay in a bit. Stay with us. Maybe I'll return to some other samples that I think I found interesting, and maybe more videos will be in order. So regarding the blood, so it's possible that they just do not exist in my blood. It's a possibility. Even though I tend to, as I said, to speculate that they do exist. But we need to remember something. One of the most interesting characteristics of these entities is the fact that they vary greatly in size. We do not even know how greatly. As I said before, we saw different sizes of them, of these Neros, the ring-like creatures, and I think that when comparing the largest and the smallest that we've already seen, it's like comparing a small dog like a Cocker Spaniel to Godzilla. And the actual difference might be even larger than that, perhaps even much larger than that. We still don't know. It's very interesting. And we don't know how small they can be, because I have no way to know like how they, at what size they start their life, and it's very interesting. And if what I suspect is that it's kind of reasonable, is that they start their life in the nano level. In the level that I cannot obtain like photographs of using this my microscope, or actually any other optical microscope. Only an electron, as far as I know, only electron microscope can be used for such images. And if it's true, it means that they start very small and they grow like immensely in size. And it's interesting that, when we think about nanobots, at least when I think about nanobots, like from what I read, in science fiction and just the general, discourse around nanobots, sometimes we think about the population of nanobots as a population of clones of entities that look exactly like one, that all look the same, or we sometimes imagine them as like technological counterparts of the germs that exist in the human body, which means that there are many types of germs. But what we have here is actually something I think, different, because it seems that they all start the same, and they keep like, they keep doing their life. They keep the some characteristics which you can find in all of them, but they go exponentially during their life. And I don't know what's the reason of that. Perhaps the small one are more like aligned or inclined to deal with very small threats like viruses and virus level threats, and the bigger one are inclined to deal with germs, or even possibly microbes that are very large in size. I don't know. We don't know how big they can get. Maybe they can get as big as, the ultra microscopic level. Or in layman, in layman language, maybe we can see the largest of them with our own eyes. I don't know. It's interesting. But perhaps the blood, they do exist in my blood, but only the smaller ones, which cannot be seen using a normal optical microscope. Certainly not a cheap one as the one that I have. It's not super cheap, but it's relatively cheap. And perhaps in the semen you can find, or in the saliva you can find larger ones because they need to be there. Like, for example, in the saliva it makes sense that you will find larger ones because maybe they need to digest food or take care of big germs that exist in food. And these are all speculations. I like to share my thoughts, even if they are completely not based on science, but based on a little bit on what I've seen, a lot on just speculations. But why not share my speculation? And of course, I would like to. I'm happy to receive any kind of comments on the matter. So in a while, I'll continue. I prepare more videos. I will use the Olympus camera now, and because I think that we get better picture. And I will start with, as I said, with the old, what I call biomonsters, like old flies that you've already seen. I will take more videos of them to see what, if at all, changed during the time that they just stayed in room temperature. And in about maybe half an hour, I think that the first samples new samples will already be completely frozen. Probably they are already completely frozen because they are very small, and so we can start take videos. Watch videos of new samples, which might be interesting. Of course, if we want, and I'm sure we all want to see the yellow pools, the famous yellow pools with the germ-like creatures inside them. I think that we need to maybe wait a day or so, because obviously, it takes time for them to be created. And although in the past we haven't seen them just, right after we mix the semen with the monsters, and it makes sense that it will take. It will be a process. So, probably even today, but certainly tomorrow, tomorrow night, we will have many new videos. And this time I will try to take longer videos, perhaps with less I mean, without my commentary, if I don't have any commentary, and just, I mean, long videos in multiple Zoom levels so people can enjoy just the raw material, and hopefully we'll find more amazing stuff. That's it.